Hello, and welcome to another episode of Take a Deep Breath with Yvonne Daniels podcast. Hey, I'm your well-being girlfriend, Yvonne Daniels, encouraging you to, embrace the power of giving your body permission to relax. We're doing this for better choices, for health and wealth. We're doing it one deep breath at a time. All you need is an open heart and an open mind and a willingness to go and to grow. Today, we are talking about the fact that March is National Nutrition Month, right? And of course, we know nutrition, yeah, that encompasses or entails a lot of stuff. It's kind of like a broad, overarching topic. I'm just really excited. I love everything health, wellness, and just making sure that we continue to be the best we can be physically. So, Matt, how are you doing today?
Hey, what up, though? How are you doing today?
I am doing well. I'm just really excited to dive into this topic. But of course, you know how we kick off every episode.
With the deep breath.
Let's go. Come on. In and out. And I'm telling you, it definitely gives your body permission to relax. Whatever you got going on, if there's chaos, especially, I advise you to first and foremost take a deep breath. And that's going to help with everything else. Of course, over this way, we're all about changing health narratives and leaving health legacies. Just because grandmama or your daddy or your mama had something doesn't mean that you have to continue in that path. You may lean towards that way, but you have the choice. All right. That means we've got to make sure we are getting enough sleep. We are accepting responsibility for our own well-being. We're taking as many deep breaths as often as we can and tuning into our bodies and then moving our bodies. All right. So all of that right there is what I call nutrition. But the definition for nutrition is defined as the process of providing or obtaining the food necessary for health and growth. It's also defined as food or nourishment and the branch of science that deals with nutrients and nutrition, particularly in humans. All right. So, we're all about, once again, well-being, health, wealth, the health being the wealth that we are born with. We often find out and learn about all the other types of wealth that we need to know about. But that health, start with that because you're born with that. And that is definitely wealth. All right. So, National Nutrition Month. It's celebrated annually, of course. This is the month we're celebrating this. And it actually is an annual campaign that was established back in 1973 by the Academy of Nutrition and Dietetics, designed to educate the public about making informed food choices and developing healthful eating and physical activity habits. All right. So, originally, it was a week-long event. It expanded to a month-long observance back in 1980 during or due to, I should say, the growing public interest in nutrition way back, 1980. So each year, the campaign features a theme. For 2026, the theme is Discover the Power of Nutrition, encouraging individuals to explore how food and beverage choices can support energy, wellness, and overall health. We have to keep that in mind with every meal. And I know some people just, they're like, listen, I want to eat what I want to eat. And you can. I don't know what kind of consequences that's going to have. But I find that when I'm eating right, my body it just feels so much better. So, man, I tell you what, now, Matt, now, you're young enough. I don't know, you may not feel the effects of some adverse nutrition choices, but what are your nutrition habits right now? Are you just kind of like, I'm young, and so I just want to be able to eat and taste everything I want to and drink everything I want to?
So, when I was younger, I had that mindset when I just wanted to eat whatever I wanted to,
Hmm.
junk food, cookies, chips, all that stuff.
Yep.
The older I got, the more I started paying attention to the food that I was putting into my body. I
Okay.
started eating a lot more fruits,
Hmm.
vegetables, healthy stuff.
Yeah.
This, and especially since it's winter times and stuff like that, I found that I really was like eating a lot more unhealthy foods,
Okay.
but
Hmm.
now, like, even this week I was like, man, I really started got to stop with the junk food and start eating some more healthy stuff. The
Yeah.
summer or springtime's coming up,
Right.
got to get that summer body going on. But yeah, I would
Yeah.
say the more I got older, the more I was started paying attention to what I was eating.
So that's really interesting that you say that. So, are when you kind of notice, and I commend you on being aware that you're a little off on your eating habits. So when when you were like, okay, I need to stop eating, was it solely because you want to look good, or were you feeling something inside your body that was like, I don't feel as good as I do when I eat right?
um I don't think necessarily it was the fact that, like, I felt bad about, like, or like I felt sick or anything.
Okay.
So I don't really know. I
Okay.
guess just I always try to keep a conscious effort in
Yeah.
what I eat and
Hmm.
try to keep it more on the healthy side, I guess.
I hear you. I hear you. And that is to be commended. Well, when you're younger, I don't think you feel the effects, but as you get older, you start to really, I think, feel when you're not eating, like if you're eating a lot of sugar, a lot of fried foods. I know that I do. I can speak for myself as someone that's definitely a little older than you. And I'm the same way as you are. A few days ago, I noticed that I looked in the mirror and I was like, I'm not looking quite like I want to. But more importantly, I could feel it. I could feel that I was snacking too much, and I just felt really just like my body needed more time to process what I was eating, like I was eating too much. So I kind of laid off. And even today, I'm like, okay, I can't snack as much, even though I snack on healthy stuff, but still, that snacking just is not good. So I'm with you on that. All right. So there are National Nutrition Month promotions that they have, and things that are promoted during this time, during this month, including healthy eating habits, which we just talked about, encouraging a variety of nutrient rich foods and balanced meals, physical activity, integrating movement into daily routines to complement nutrition your body needs for you to move every single day. Community engagement. It's always good to have a support system. So participating in workshops, cooking classes, and local events that learn and share nutrition knowledge. It's always a great thing. Food literacy, understanding food safety, reducing food waste, and making informed dietary choices. Also, individuals can celebrate by trying new fruits or vegetables. And I have to say, I fit into that category today. So I guess maybe 3 or 4 days ago, I was watching a video and it was talking about all these great nutritional foods, actually from the Bible. And so I was really interested in that. And one that they mentioned that I used to eat as a child, but only in like a little snack. So I don't know. Do you remember a little snack, Mike, Matt, called Fig Newtons?
I do not know.
Okay, there were fig Newtons. They were like little snack treats. You know, they had figs in them, but you could taste the fig, but had a lot of sugar. And they were really good. That's the only time I ever remember eating figs. Well, figs, which was one of the foods that I decided that I needed to add to my diet. It is ficus carica is the name of, aka figs. It's a unique fruit. It resembles a teardrop, and it's about the size of your thumb. It is filled with hundreds of tiny seeds, and they've got it has an edible purple or green peel. It was so delicious. It really was like eating a snack, like a almost like a candy snack. The flesh of the fruit is pink, has a mild sweet taste, so good. It's packed with nutrients, and it offers a range of benefits. And I'm telling you, when I found out that it included potassium and vitamin B6, vitamin K, copper, which we need so much of, it has zero fat. Which is not, because we need that healthy fat. It just the copper is something that a lot of us are missing, especially as you get older. It's a vital mineral involved in several bodily processes, including metabolism and energy production, as well as the formation of blood cells, connective tissues, and neurotransmitters. And I was like, yes. So I got me a little tub of them. I think they were like $4, and I am still. And you maybe eat one or two a day. For me, you can put them in your salads. You can use it as a dessert. And so that is I guess, and I didn't even know I was, really celebrating National Nutrition Month, but there you go. So figs is on my list, and I encourage you to try figs. They're I mean, taste delicious and have so many nutritional benefits. All right, so that is my contribution to celebrating National Nutrition Month. But I tell you what, once again, nutrition is so overarching, and so I just wanted to tackle just a couple of things that are included under this umbrella, which is some things I think that I hear when I'm out and about and I'm talking to different people. The fact that it is maybe not as convenient to eat healthy and or healthily, and some people are, when you're so busy. I know I'm very busy, Matt. I know you're really busy, so some people find that eating healthy on the run, it can be a challenge. So some of the ways you can kind of combat that, you can think ahead and plan where you're going to eat. This does take some intentionality, so you're going to have to put forth some effort for sure, but we are worth it. Our bodies and our health are definitely worth it because it's the only body we get. All right. And of course, health is wealth. So consider what meal options are available. Look for places with a wide range of menu items. You can also take time to look over the menu if you're going to be eating out. Make careful selections. Some restaurant menus may have a special section for healthier choices. And you really are going to have to be really intentional, right? And really dedicated to knowing this is what you are trying to do, okay? Because one of your friends may be getting the fried whatever, and you may be like, you don't really need to do that. So think about your food choices for the entire day. If you know you're going to be getting eating out, I do this on a regular basis. I make sure that I am eating clean and healthy enough that when those opportunities present themselves, where maybe I'm not going to be able to do what I normally do, and maybe the choices won't be as healthy as I would like. I've been doing what I need to do so that it's not going to have as adverse an effect as it would if I were not on that regular, consistent, trying my best to, keep it healthy. All right. Begin with a soup or salad, which is always a great thing if you're going to be out and about. Include more vegetables at mealtime. Follow up with a light main course. That can be hard because those heavy entrees, ooh, they look good. But if we want to keep it healthy and feel better too, we want to do that. All right. So oftentimes people say too that it can be expensive. I hear this all the time, that it is expensive to eat more healthily. So my uh, kind of when people are telling me this, what I say to them is, and how I feel. I don't always necessarily say it, but I think about what it costs, quote unquote, to eat healthily, as opposed to some of the medications that you have to take. If you get sick, diseases, going to the doctors multiple amounts of times, that is a lot of money. And from what I hear about, some of the amounts of money that people are paying for medications on a monthly basis, I'm like, give me some expensive, healthy food. So you can cook more, eat out less. All right. And that is always great, and just for saving money. And it is just healthier for you to cook anyway. You know what you're putting in your food. All right. Eating out, once again, can be expensive. Many foods can be prepared for less money and more healthfully at home. Prepackaged foods like frozen dinners and packaged pasta or rice mixes can also add up when you add them up per serving, cost per serving. Find a few simple, healthy recipes that your entire family enjoys, and you can save on eating out. And you can do that for special occasions. Also, plan what you're going to eat. Once again, that is so important. Deciding on the meals and snacks before you shop, because we all know if you've ever been shopping, when you're hungry, you get everything. All right. You're like, oh my goodness. And you may even wind up opening up a bag of chips or whatever in the store. My son has done that. And I'm like, eating all those snacks. That'll have you doing that. So deciding what you're going to eat and what you're going to get before you go to the store, and try and eat a little something before you go and buy your food. Okay. So you're not just kind of grabbing up everything. Determine where you're going to shop. Check the local newspaper and online at the store for sales and coupons. And I know this takes a lot of planning, but it's just something to consider. Okay, at least try it, especially when it comes to more expensive ingredients such as your meats. If you're trying to do the leaner cuts of meats, your seafoods, try and see what stores have those sales. Watch your portion sizes too. Eating too much or even can even lower your cost of foods and beverages. That can add up to extra dollars in calories when you're eating more than you should. If you're eating the portion sizes that you should be eating, food, of course, is going to last longer, right? All right. And shop for foods that are in season. Fresh fruits and vegetables that are in season are usually easier to get and maybe less expensive. I absolutely love when our farmers market, which we have outside. I think they usually have it for about 3 months in the year. I love it. The those farmers. I love shopping local anyway, and just those fresh fruits and vegetables are just so awesome. They last, and I feel better because I know that those fruits and vegetables were grown, first of all, without all the pesticides and with love. So that is very, very important. Also, you want to make sure that you are uh, getting those foods that are going to be healthy for you. So even the frozen foods, vegetables such as broccoli, cauliflower, carrots, and Brussels sprouts, fruits such as berries, cherries, and bananas, whole wheat pizza dough, frozen poultry or seafood. These are all things that you can kind of stack up on and put into your refrigerator. Make those things, have those things to eat. They will be delicious, and you will be making healthier choices. So the last thing I want to kind of tackle with this whole National Nutrition Month, as we are celebrating it, is smart ways to make physical activity a part of your day. I am just such an advocate for this because I've seen what happens when you do not consistently move your body. Matt, have you ever heard if you don't use it, you'll lose it?
Oh yeah.
Okay, all right. So I'm sure you move your body on a regular basis.
Hmm.
You have to, right? Just walking, just doing things. So when you're younger, it is easier. You're just moving. You've got the energy. As you get older, you do have to be more intentional about doing that. So we want to make sure that we are exercising. It is recommended for adults 150 minutes or more of moderate intensity physical activity each week. This could be as simple as a brisk walk for 25 minutes, 6 days per week. Another option would be to walk briskly for only 15 minutes at a time, but twice a day for 5 days. My mother, who just turned 80 in October, walks about a mile and a half every day. And when she has to miss it because of the weather or what have you, she really just is, yeah, I don't want to say irritated, but she really will be happy when the weather breaks so that she can get back out there. She will walk around the house if that happens, but she really just knows the importance of just getting out as well, moving the body and taking in that fresh air. So these are just some ways to celebrate National Nutrition Month, which is this month, the month of March. And I tell you what, here is to happy healthy eating, celebrating Nutrition Month, and just really encouraging all of us to make sure that we are stewarding the wealth that we're born with, which is our health. All right. So, Matt, how do we end every episode?
With the deep breath.
Let's go. Come on in and out. Thank you so much for joining me for another episode of Take a Deep Breath with Yvonne Daniels podcast. Make sure that you like, comment, subscribe, and share. And you can check us out also at Deep Breath and Taste Buds at blogspot.com. Thank you so much for joining, and I will see you in the next episode.
Good stuff.